up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Super Gamer Boys. I'm your host and captain, Garrett Morlang, and here in the virtual studio with me is the king of video games, aka Mario Kart Daddy, aka the VR MVP, aka the homeboy, aka the spectacular porter, Adrian Holmes. How's it going, Adrian?
We gotta streamline that. We'll break it down. I think it's not enough.
You made me add another one the last time I did it. The very first time.
It all. In the episode when me and JJ were here, I consolidated everything into the King of Games. So that way all you had to say was that.
But it's way more fun.
That introduction is going to need its own show soon.
That's right. I mean, look, if you're fine with saying it, I'm fine with keeping it like that. But I was just trying to help you out. That way you don't have to go through the whole spiel. I mean, my list of accomplishments knows no bounds, of course.
I just think there's something about Garrett that he loves to have a mouthful of Adrian. And what's up, everybody? My name is JJ, and I am the other host with the most. I'm the guy who says the inappropriate crap that he tries to edit out later, but he's not going to do it because we're live on Twitch as we're doing this thing. What's up, boys?
That's right. There's record of it now.
Hi.
Yeah, that's called a mic drop. You just do it and, just keep going.
It's called dead air.
How's everyone doing?
I'm feeling pretty good once I got my first Garrett dig in, and it feels good. It feels real good. You notice I did that with my left hand because I almost chopped the other finger off. I had a little bit of an accident. I did ask Garrett to share the photos that I sent.
Yeah,
but
get this. He sends me a freaking photo of his hamburger finger. He's like, dude, put it up on the stream tonight. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's against the TOS of Twitch. That's against the TOS of Twitch. So no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that's, you know what? It's your guys' loss because I'll tell you what, it's pretty gnarly.
I can see my bone. Throw it in the Discord.
Yeah. So I was going to open a window like a fat guy does, lazy, laying in bed, doing it with one hand. And I have the old heavy window weight style windows, and I thought it was in the up position. I pushed it up, stopped, put my hand on the windowsill, and it immediately dropped down on two fingers and crushed them. Wow. I immediately was just screamed out. I thought that for sure I was gonna have to have one of my fingers amputated. I looked at it and it just looked horrible. So did a little ER trip, and it was great. By the time I was there, I was super numb. Started talking to the lady. It turns out she's like 30 minutes from where I lived in California. And she starts talking, and then I tell her where I'm from. And then she says, oh my gosh, I have family in the next town. I'm like, what's their names? Turns out I know them. It's like, it's a small world.
That's so crazy.
That's kind of how things work. And then while we're having that conversation, I'm having this full conversation with this lady for like a half hour. This other woman walks into the room. So when she walks in, without the woman saying anything to her, she just goes, are you ready, sir? And so I tell her, yes, I am totally ready. Cindy tell me so much about you. She say you are kind of portly woman. She not really accurate on it, huh? And like I did the uncomfortable Russian immigrant thing to her, and it was fantastic. That went on for about 5 minutes until I finally told her I'm just messing around. She started laughing and stuff like that. And she's like, when the doctor comes in, can you do that to the doctor? And I'm like, yeah, of course I can. So when the doctor came in, I did the same thing. Doctor, hello, Dr. Hall. How are you doing? And so the woman said, what exactly happened to your hand? And they go, okay, so interesting story. The wife won't make macaroni cheese. I tell her, I try to be funny. I say to her, is maybe me too carbohydrates and you're already too fat. So no. And she slammed window on him. So I not want to call cops on her. It's like hard. We have kids, so I mean, what to do? And like the woman was like, just looking at me with eyes wide. And I said, look, I'm just messing around. And she just lost it. And it was fantastic. And the woman told me that it was the most fun she'd had in a while. And so I thought that was pretty cool that I made their night. And then I begged for drugs. They said no. No, I'm just kidding. They actually asked me if I want anything, and I try to be tough. I'm like, no, I'm a man. I don't need anything. And then when I went home, I was like, I probably should have got like a Tylenol with codeine because I'm hurting pretty bad. And taking 6 ibuprofen all at once is just not really touching it.
Yeah, right. Jeez.
Yeah,
but I survived, and I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay.
I'm Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Yeah, I was in the middle of dinner eating a hamburger when I get a picture of JJ's hamburger finger. I'm like, Trudy, I'm not hungry anymore. I'm good tonight. I'll eat
Yeah.
tomorrow, maybe.
You're welcome for the weight loss. You're welcome.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. It was the nastiest thing, you guys. And JJ wanted me to show it on stream, so you're welcome, everyone. I didn't, show that to you. But
well, you know what it is? It's that every part of my life has become like I got to share it with the podcast, people, because we've got great Patreon supporters. We got listeners. They want to see gnarly ass hamburger hands. That's what they want.
Do they?
I don't know.
I love what I don't know if you're watching the chat, JJ.
You know what else we're gonna escalate, right? At first it starts with a finger. Next thing you know, all right, we're gonna chop JJ's knuckles off.
I'll do it for the show. It's
You thought I was going to you heard the first.
I was really worried about you saying something else.
I figured.
It started getting really hot in here.
Boba Fletch in the chat says that's the only time a woman has told JJ that it was the best time she had.
I'm not even going to combat that. Boba, that was well played, sir. Well played. That's good stuff. Boba is uncomfortably amazing at some of that stuff. So good job, man. I love it.
He's right. He can spar with you probably.
Mm-hmm. He's the only person that I've ever met that I feel like could. And I mean that with a shadow of a doubt. Now, I would destroy him and eviscerate him and then eat his bowels in front of his family. But I feel like he's the only person who is on my level being able to talk trash like that. So I'm proud of him.
Okay.
Man.
For being somebody with severe autism, like I just feel like he's really shot his shot. And you outkicked your coverage, dude. You're doing a great job, Nate.
That wrestling podcast got you talking all kinds of
It does.
Jeez, are we gonna get a trash talk off or something between you two? You guys just go back and forth. And
I'm so horrible because Nate would win immediately. I'm old and decrepit. He's young and got quick wits. I'm old and smoked a lot of weed when I was younger, so my memory's not that great. So I probably forget we were in a fight. Like,
speaking of Boba, taking it out of nerd stuff for a minute, I was going to congratulate him on getting a nice clean win. It was a close game. His Packers pulled it off against San Francisco, but I've seen that he's been posting all over Instagram and just gloating it up. So I have to take it back.
Ooh.
Sorry.
That takes a big man. That takes a big man.
I was gonna say I'll let you have it was a good win, but here he comes. They get one win. Do
they even have Aaron
Rodgers?
You know
why they win? Because Aaron Rodgers is so mad at us because we didn't pick him. That's exactly why. So he plays extra hard against San Francisco every single time.
Oh shoot!
And this is not about football, folks. This is actually a video game podcast.
Just wanted to throw that in there.
But we're talking about Boba Fletch in the chat right now, Nate, and he's always on Twitch. And I don't know, is he always on Twitch anymore? Now he's an incredible.
It's been like 20 years since he streamed, so no.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, he one time was an amazing Twitch streamer. So as soon as we can convince him to get back in the booth, he's really great. And go give him a follow. And remember that this is like September or something, right? So aren't we looking for subs?
I mean, it's like 3 more days.
Oh, we got 3 more days. We got
3 more days. We got 3 more days. We're at 24% of our goal. So we got a long way to go, but you know what? Better than zero. So
is amazing. So
100%. So yeah, thank you all so much who have done that. But yeah, it's September here on Twitch, and if you subscribe to our channel, help us get that goal. The goal was 50 subs this month. I think we've gotten 11 or 12. That's what 24% would be, if I can do math good. And we appreciate all of you guys who've done it. And hey, Absolutely. There's 3 days left. Come over to Twitch, twitch.tv/TheSuperGamerBoys. Throw us
Angel Investor. Now's the time to float on down and press that gift 100 subs button. Go ahead and do it.
I mean, I wouldn't stop anyone. But yeah, so appreciate all of you guys who have helped. And hey, if you guys have your free subscription as well, that goes towards it. Today, we're going to be talking about a new Star Wars game. Machine Games has a secret project in the works, and the Nintendo Direct. A little recap from the Nintendo Direct last week. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our Patreon producer, Toby Dalton. Shout out. He's in the chat here. Thank you so much for being the coolest Patreon producer around. Not of all time. I won't say that, but you know, you have to prove yourself still. You gotta wait it go. You got some big shoes to fill. And also, thank you so much to our Super Gamer sponsors, Bill Bird, Julie Bates, Brent Fox, Daniel James, and Mama Mare. If you want to be awesome just like these folks, you can support us at patreon.com/supergamerboys, starting at just $1 a month. And you get perks such as access to our book club episodes, you know, early, like when they actually come out, not 2 months later, like everyone else for our free feed there. But Hades was the last one we did with, you know, Boba Fletch that we're talking smack about in the chat there. That was a fun episode. And then the one we're recording this week, coming out this Friday, the 1st, because the 1st is a Friday. Right? I got the date. Either way, it's this Friday. I don't know if it's the 1st or 2nd. Little Nightmares 1 and 2 with Rada Rat from twitch.tv/Rada Rat. Is that her name? REIDARAT. Yeah.
The one.
I actually see here she's just followed us a couple days ago on Twitch. So thank you so much for the follow, Ray. And you'll be seeing her soon if you support us on Patreon on that book club episode. Dude,
and also, if you support us at the $10 thing, I mean, you also get Garrett taking bath naked photos with eeach one of those $10.
But we'll talk more about that later. But I think it's time to check the mail first. All right, Adrian, give it to us.
Mailbag. Oh, shoot. I was going to get a
mailbag?
No.
Okay.
I was going to get a cardboard box and have that, oh my God, what is that song? I can't. It's drawing a blank in my mind. I think it's an old Max Headroom song, and I was gonna put it on the floor, and I was gonna start a break dance. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. I had a whole bit. I was trying to remember who the artist was. I was like, I feel like it's Max Headroom, but you know, a lot of people in chat really don't. You know, they're too young to know who that is, but. Trust me, it was gonna be a good bit. So for now, until I can find a good, solid cardboard box. I'm telling you, I was ready to go. I had, you know how you warm it up just like this. You warm it up, and then you get down there. I was ready to go.
Well, save it for us. Get a box. Do it next week. Yeah, all right. We'll wait. We can wait.
See, I was putting letters on my feet, and as I spun on my head, they were gonna.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm
gonna throw them like that, like stars.
Okay, so I would. Stars. Oh, okay. So you're gonna flick up. You're gonna throw them at me. I thought I was gonna have to try to read it while you were twirling your feet around.
Oh,
that was gonna be a little difficult. That's gonna be tricky.
You gotta be careful because Garrett does love feet.
You know, I had my suspicions that he was.
Yeah. It's not a hidden secret. It's like a lot of people who know him know about his sick, weird foot thing.
Wait a minute now.
There's anything wrong with it.
Look, don't shame people for liking feet and elbows and nostrils.
Well, there's nothing wrong with them when they're clean.
Adrian, wait. Adrian, nostrils?
They're right here. All of us got them. Well, most of us got them.
Okay.
That was kind of
is that your thing?
That wasn't all inclusive.
I was listing parts. I'm just saying humans got a lot of parts, and for some reason, some people out there like specific ones. So
humans do have lots of parts.
They got lots of parts. Look, man.
Somebody out there, put on the box.
Somebody out there is like, ooh, those elbows. You know what I mean? Ooh, those kneecaps. Ooh, look at the back of that ear. There's somebody out there for everybody. And for every part of everybody, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter.
I'm favorable to the liver.
All right, this first question comes from Nerd Dad Zetch. Rest in peace, Nerd Dad Zetch. And he asked, who would win in a fight, Boba Fett or Samus Aran? Aran? Do you know how it's pronounced? Aaron? To each of their own. No, I've heard it both ways. Yeah, Boba Fett or Samus Aran.
See, the easy answer would just be to go off rip and say, oh, it's Samus. She's got, all the power ups. She's got missiles. She can transform into a ball, super agility, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that people aren't taking into account is that Boba Fett is a veteran tactician, right? So he is going to take his time. I'm sure he probably has a file on Samus because she's registered in the Intergalactic Bounty Hunter, the League or whatever they call it. So I'm sure he's done his homework. So he knows what she can do, how she can do it, and every combat method that she has. So this might be a more even keel fight than you think.
No, I mean, because Samus is also a bounty hunter, though, right?
She is.
So
she may do her homework too, but I'm saying where Boba lacks in the raw power area, he'll make up with the intelligence and equipment, so he'll be able to better prepare for her. Whereas I feel like Samus will more rely on just her powers and her suit to get her through the altercation like she normally does. So it's a lot more even keel than you think. So based on that, what you got? Who you got?
Okay, so I picked earlier, and I think I read that crap wrong because I thought it was Boba Fletch going on against Samus, and so I actually had Samus wiping the floor with Boba Fletch. But now that we've established that I was wrong in what I had heard, now it being Boba Fett, I'm like, oh, dude, you're so dumb. So obviously, Boba Fett is a Mandalorian, lots of cool weaponry. I'm going to say Samus is going to suck the big one. Here, why are you smiling like that? Why are you? It's so weird. Stop doing that, dude. You're making me uncomfortable. We're live on Twitch. Knock it off.
Come on, Morlang. Who you got?
I think it's Samus. Because yes, like Boba. I want to say
You're gonna say Boba Fett.
I was a Boba Fett. Boba Fett has like the wits and the cunning and the strategy, and he's like quick, but I don't know, like Samus is pretty quick and agile as well. Like she's, look at her like in Smash Brothers, like she's all over the place. Like she's like shooting missiles, she's shooting rockets, she's doing twirls and flips and dodging stuff. Like Boba Fett really isn't that quick and agile. Like he's smart and like you said, cunning, and he's great with strategy, and he's a good thinker. But I don't know, Samus not only has a weaponry, but she's fast. She's extremely fast.
Right.
Both in and out of the suit. So it's like
Boba Fett did take down a sandworm though. I'm throwing it out there.
Did he?
Yeah. In the Mandalorian.
No, that was the Mandalorian who did that, right?
No,
I didn't think
no, he helped him, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, but it's just a big giant sand, and he was working together. It wasn't.
Okay, fair point.
It's
I mean,
different.
the Metroid didn't come and save Samus in Super Metroid, but okay, I'll let you have it. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know if it's a cop out, but I feel like it might be a draw. I think we're not, and as much as I love Samus and I think Boba Fett is incredible too, I think that they're a more even match for each other if you give them the time to prepare. Now, if it's just they happen to meet on a planet and something goes off and they have to fight, Samus is folding him 10 times out of 10. But if it's a death battle where they both have time to prepare, it's going to be a much more interesting fight.
Okay. The next question comes from Sir Prince-a-lot. He actually has a couple questions here. The first one, what's your favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn? Getting in the spooky spirit here. It's almost October. What's your guys' favorite Halloween costume?
So I think that I'm the one kid being from like a poor background that was probably a hobo more times than anybody else. And for those of you who don't know what a hobo is, it's basically a homeless person. You can't actually do that anymore. So we would like draw on fake beards and would wear like my dad's clothes and then put like a pillow in like the pants and stomach area to make ourselves look fat, and then would go around with like a stick with like a handkerchief off of
Little
it.
handkerchief. Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't inventive, but it was like, oh, we don't have money. You're gonna be a hobo again. And it's like I'm pretty sure I did a hobo 3 years that I remember. But my favorite until I became a real life one, and I just started looking like one. I didn't have to wear the pillow anymore, and the beard like just kind of grew in naturally at the age of 12.
Didn't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah. My favorite one that I remember vividly was Freddy Krueger. So Freddy Krueger if he like had diabetes. Okay, but listen, the thing was that I was a huge fan of Freddy Krueger. I was very scared of him when I was a kid, and then he got to be very funny with the cheesy one-liners. Obvious, right? So okay. I dressed as Freddy Krueger one year, and then I guess after that I was told, I don't really remember, but I guess I was going to school for like the next week wearing the sweater and the glove constantly until I came home, and they had to tell me like you can't wear the Freddy Krueger stuff because I would speak like Freddy Krueger at school. I would say, "How sweet fresh meat," and I would do like the claw stuff to like the teacher, and I would do. I would do so.
Whoa, JJ, are you getting ready to walk on set?
Right. It was all the time. Like I'd be like, "Come here, Kirsty." Like, I mean, I was so horrible that my dad threw it away, and I didn't know that. But I was like, "Where's my stuff?" And like, so a couple of years later, when I was like, I don't know, 16, 17, more than a couple of years, I said, "Dad, what did you do with that?" Because, well, I said to him, I was like, "What did you do with that stuff? That stuff is worth money, right?" And he's like, "Oh no, we threw that out. Honestly, son, I was worried that you were going to be like a serial killer or something."
No, Dad, I could have been a villain in a movie and made a lot of money. Thank you.
Right? And there goes my shot. Good job, Pop.
I could have pursued acting off of that, Dad. We wouldn't have had to be here anymore.
I think that he was used to like he was used to the Halloween movie where like the kid is like a little sicko and then like becomes a freak who's killing people, and I think he just assumed that like, oh, JD's going that way. Yeah, there's something not right about his head.
Yeah, JD is a little sicko. We got to put a stop to this.
Well,
little did he know.
He just empowered him.
He just empowered him.
I know.
Oh, no.
It's like Superman getting close to the sun, man. Yeah. Try to hold me down.
I'm good. I'm good on that.
No, we're good.
Where you want to go?
I'm going to keep my distance. I'm not going to touch you.
So many women say that. Oh, God, that hurts. That hurts.
I don't know, for Halloween. So I don't know. We never really dressed up for Halloween. Like we'd go trick or treating.
So you just show up at some.
I just show up at random. Yeah, I like random people's houses, just like in my plain clothes. My cousins would be dressed up.
But you lived in Papua New Guinea, so what that was you showed up to these people's homes and just asked for candy. That you were robbing them, Garrett. You were robbing them. That's not right. They're like big white people showing up and telling us, "Give us candy."
No, this is New York. This is in New York. But I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's like, there's not really that many people to trick or treat from either.
I have a policy: if you're not in costume, you don't get any candy. Right? It doesn't work.
Yep.
I was a dumb kid. One year I dressed up like a hunter, and my brother was a deer. I do remember that. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I remember that where I had like a little gun and I was all in camo, and my brother antlers, like the paint on his nose and everything, and spots all over. Yeah, it was.
Dude, I saw that photo at your house. Bro, you were like 18. Seriously.
No, honestly, like I cannot remember any costumes because we just didn't really do it. My parents are just like, I don't know. My parents just weren't into it. They weren't into Halloween. I was super into it, and they're like, no, we're not really into it. So,
I mean, I guess my favorite one would probably have to be, oh God, I can't even remember what year this was. I remember I dressed up as a Jedi with one of the Toys R Us little like $15 the lightsabers that you flick out and they come out like that. Yeah, that would probably be my greatest one. I've been trying to decide how to do a new costume, but then Halloween got canceled for 2 years, basically. So whenever everything goes back to normal, I can actually start working on one. We'll see how that goes.
So I'm actually excited about Halloween this year because apparently Nebraska has Halloween that's just like their zoo, better than everywhere else because it's like no, it's like it's supposed to be like the 80s here, that like the streets are just full of kids and like everybody's doing it. So it's like that's really awesome, man. So my kids are actually really excited. All the other kids are talking about it. They're like, yeah, it's like the 80s here.
Trick or treaters out here.
That's a trip.
I buy a bag of candy every year just in case, because I want to encourage the people who do trick or treat to keep trick or treating. But maybe in the last 5 years, I've gotten 2 or 3 trick or treaters.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
We actually, when we were living in California, what we would do is, okay, I'm going to tell you guys, but like you guys don't tell anybody, okay? So what we would do, huh?
I said, sure thing, grown man, 30 years removed from the situation.
No. This was recently. What we would do was we lived in a poorer area of town, and we would always drive to the rich people's area, and that's where we would go to like all the brand new homes where all like
dude, everybody did that. Is that what you're talking about? That's why they give us candy bars out.
Oh man, yeah, you'd be like, they give us full size. Wow. I'd be telling my kids, I'm like,
instead of just the 2. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I would tell the kids, I'm like, I gotta go through this, make sure there's no razor blades and stuff like that.
Jeez.
They'd be taxed. I'm teaching them about taxes.
I love how you're so worried about to say that. And that's just like the thing everyone does. Like that's not like that's not a new revelation. Like that's everyone.
I didn't know that was just a me thing. Or
yeah. Oh man. Next question from Sir Prince Lot. He asked, "I've been digging Marvel's What If series. What would you guys or wait? What would your?" He's wondering what your Lord of the Rings what if would be, basically. He didn't write it good, but that's fine.
I don't even know this. I didn't even know we were going to do this question. And here's my what if. What if they got on the Eagles like they were supposed to so they could just fly to Mount Jr.? What about that?
What if they just got on the Eagles? Done.
I know there's a book reason, but common sense would say if there's giant eagles and they could fly and carry everybody in the party, why would we not get on the Eagles and have them drop us right off on Mount Doom?
They don't have to land. Just fly over and drop it down the top of the volcano. Easy.
Just drop us close enough where we won't get hurt and keep on flying. It could have been done in hours.
Idiots. My what if is what if Gandalf when he dies, spoilers for like a 20-year-old movie,
or a 100-year-old book,
or a 100-year-old book. That too. What if after the Balrog he doesn't come back? What if he doesn't come back as Gandalf the White? What if he's dead? What if that's it?
We're done for. Sauron's
running. Is that it? Is that the end? Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. And the only thing I can think of is what if Gollum and Bilbo in The Hobbit, if he never got the ring. So then in Lord of the Rings, like that would have never happened.
None of it would happen.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine that. What if, guys? All right. I'm glad we don't have to answer those questions.
I haven't seen that show, so I don't know if that shows. Have you guys watched What If?
I've watched the first 2 episodes and enjoyed them. I haven't had time to get through the rest of them, but have you guys watched Star Wars Visions yet?
Yes.
I have not. Is it good?
I'm not gonna say anything else.
Okay. I want to watch it so bad.
Says it. Yeah.
Okay. Last question here comes from Super Joma, and he asked, I know Toby said no more food questions, but I have to do one more. Since I am so wrong about In-N-Out, what are y'all's go-to orders at In-N-Out? I'll try them and let you know if my opinion has changed. So the last time he asked a question about food, we were talking about how he bashed In-N-Out, and we're like, you're an idiot, and we took his name away. And now he's willing to try it again, but what are your guys' go-to orders that you would recommend he try?
Okay. I'm I'm the expert on this because I'm a fat guy. So you want to listen to me.
Okay.
Double. Okay. And then you want to go ahead and you want to get grilled.
Yeah, that's a fat guy right there. Only a double. All right.
I was going to say 4x4, but I don't want to be like super fat guy. And plus, dude, honestly, he couldn't even eat a whole double. Have you seen the size of this guy? So what I'm saying is for you, this isn't my order because my order would be a lot larger in quantity and size. So a double with grilled onions. And then you want to go ahead and get fries. You have to do
grilled onions. You have to.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you want to get fries, and you want to get those fries animal style. And once you've done this, then you've passed and you've become a man.
Yeah.
On the alternate take, if you're trying to be a little more health conscious, get the double, but get it protein style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They wrap it in the lettuce. You get a nice little crunch with the rest of your burger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just get regular fries. You keep it light. Maybe do a nice like pink lemonade or a Sprite.
Oh, pink lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So actually, the way I always get it is protein style. And I normally get like a 3x3 protein style.
Lightning is about to strike you.
No, there's no lightning in Nebraska. There's no.
Well, what is it?
There's definitely
tornadoes out there. A tornado is about to come. Whatever you get for lying is about to come out there and get you. I always get in style.
Wink. So for me, I normally get the Flying Dutchman.
Oh,
which is basically a double, but without it's not protein style without the bread. It's just like they give it to you in a box so my problem with protein style is it gets too wet and soggy and slippery. Too much moisture. Too much water. So if you get Flying Dutchman, they literally just in a box give you 2 burger patties, 2 slices of cheese, and I get that with grilled onions. And here's the kicker: I never order from In-N-Out without this: grilled onions and chilies. Have them put the chilies on there. Get that little spice, little kick. And then I order a side of fries, animal style. I take those 2 burger patties, put it on top of the animal style fries, eat the whole thing with a fork. And it's just like, it's the best. It's like loaded fries. It's basically loaded fries at that point with cheeseburger, grilled onions, all the fixings. It's so good. With
I could have swore that a Flying Dutchman was when you let the prostitute defecate on your chest.
That's the other Flying Dutchman. This is
okay. That's I got confused. I was like, "Why are you talking about getting for?" Okay, no, I'm sorry. Sorry. I
misunderstood. Young lad over here. Look at him.
I think it's time for the nerdy nudes.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh no!
One last.
Put the pause button up.
I just want to make sure.
Jeez. Okay.
No, I just want to make sure that he knows. And if you're in the mood for dessert, they make excellent shakes.
Oh, milkshakes are so good.
It is phenomenal. You can't go wrong. Sometimes I go there just to get a shake. It's that good.
Yeah, Neapolitan shake is pretty bomb from there. Get the Neapolitan.
Okay. Yeah, if you're crazy.
Okay, so I got stopped a second ago. Hold on a second. It's now time for the nerdy news.
Oh boy. Got a little extra oomph behind that one. A little extra.
Yeah. Well, I did a little bit of coke right before the show.
Okay.
It's to help the finger, okay?
Yeah, I'm in pain. They didn't give me anything here. They thought I was a meth head. I don't want to be seen as a meth head.
This first news story comes from Polygon, written by Michael McWhorter. New Star Wars game from Quantic Dream reportedly in the works. The studio behind Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human, Quantic Dreams is moving from androids to droids. It's developing a new Star Wars game, according to reports from DualShockers and Kotaku. According to both reports, Quantic Dream is already 18 months in development of its unannounced Star Wars project. Quantic Dream's rumored Star Wars game is reported to be different from the developer's previous games. Kotaku, citing an unnamed source familiar with the project, reports that the game will focus less on quick-time event-style mechanics and more on traditional action elements. We've reached out to Quantic Dream for comment. Since releasing the PS4 exclusive Detroit Become Human in 2018, Paris-based Quantic Dream has pursued independence, expanding into publishing and founding a new studio in Montreal. They talk about how Chinese internet companies purchased a minority stake in them. Here we go. In January, Lucasfilm Games proclaimed a new era for Star Wars games, with Lucasfilm in the galaxy far, far away entertaining a new and unprecedented phase of creativity,
No more
so
EA!
will the world. Yeah, basically, no more EA games. Yay, we're free. We're free. So will the world of Lucasfilm games, developed in collaboration with the finest studios across the industry, the company said in an announcement. Since then, Lucasfilm Games and its partners have announced a new title coming from Ubisoft's Massive Entertainment, a remake of Knights of the Old Republic, and a free-to-play combat arena game called Star Wars Hunters. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Quantic Dreams making a Star Wars game.
I was telling you earlier, I am stoked. Quantic Dream itself is a phenomenal developer. They are somehow able to get more out of human faces and expressions than any other studio that I've seen recently.
Graphics are insane. I don't know how they do it.
They are incredible in the graphics department. Their only weakness I was telling you earlier, is David Cage. He is a hack writer, and I need him to stay a galaxy far, far away from this game.
Damn.
I need the Lucasfilm Story Group to write the story for this game and work solely with Quantic Dream in that sense. Just you two. And David can oversee managing operations. I believe that's what his other title is, as CEO. Just do CEO things. Put your pen down. Close your MacBook. Close your scripting program and just oversee the project. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, I mean, even if he still wants, because he's going to be like, I want to write it.
Absolutely
I really hope Disney has the wherewithal to be like, okay, but you're co-writing it with like 3 of our writers. So it's like kind of a 3-to-1 deal, like 3 people from Disney who are like, they kind of keep it on track, and he's just kind of there to be like, oh, what about this? And then they can be like, nah, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. We'll put it in the notebook for later,
Hey, David, you're so good at that.
Yeah, as long as you tell him really positive things, like, oh, it's a great idea, Dave.
Wow, you're a genius.
You want a yoo-hoo? We got a yoo-hoo let's go get a yoo-hoo, buddy. Have as many as you want. They're refreshing.
Can you go grab me one and get one for yourself too? And when he steps out of the room, okay, guys, what are we doing here?
You know what? Why don't you go on home today?
No. Oh, you'll be paid for it. No, don't worry about it.
It's fine.
So actually, when I heard it, I got really excited because I love Detroit Become Human. I thought it's one of the visually most beautiful games that I've ever played. I love the choose your own adventure aspect of it. So when I heard Star Wars and heard Detroit Become Human and thought about something like that, I think it's phenomenal. I'm excited about anything they can come up with. They are a wonderful developer, and I want to see more games like that. With Telltale going down, there's a void for that type of stuff. And I loved Telltale.
Star Wars game, man. Oh my!
Oh, for sure, absolutely, right. And that's that's not going to happen.
I know.
But this is the next closest thing. It really is. So,
yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for this. It says right here that it's going to be different from their previous games, but I hope they have some of that DNA of like the kind of, the whole thing with all their games is there's so many different endings and different ways to go about things. Mm-hmm. And so that would be so much fun to do that in a Star Wars world. Like, obviously you can do that in like some of the Star Wars RPGs, like Knights of the Old Republic that's coming out. Like, oh, you can do your own thing, and even like Star Wars Force Unleashed and stuff like that. But to have like, a very heavily narrative driven game like this style, that would be a lot of fun. So I hope they don't change it too much. Like, I hope they kind of keep some of that DNA of the, there are different endings, and maybe it's not, I don't know how much they're looking to experiment with this, but it'd be cool if, hey, it's non-canonical, it's fine, there can be 6 different endings, and maybe like you kill someone or don't kill someone, or you become a Jedi or a Sith, and like all the, or whatever. Say you're a bounty hunter, maybe you're a bounty hunter, maybe you're a smuggler. I don't know, there's so many different avenues they could go.
Maybe we get 13 back.
Oh, but instead of like a third person action, it's more of like a narrative style, you think?
Could be.
That'd be pretty legit.
Speaking of Lucasfilm ending that partnership, one of the first things that they should be doing is sending someone in a truck full of cash to Amy Hennig's house and begging her to pick that project up that she had to put down when she was with what was it, Visceral?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they
Amy,
should be
whatever creative control you want within reason, however much money you need, however much time you need, pick it back up. Listen, Lucasfilm, you need to do this. Now that you can have anybody, you can even, I think she even started her own studio. Just let her studio work on whatever it was.
Yeah, fill up the U-Haul with the suitcases of cash and get over there.
Just drop it at her doorstep and put notes right there from Lucasfilm and just say, call us.
Had we seen anything from her in relation to this before?
Preview of it, and that's it. But Amy Hennig is a beast as far
and
as
they shelved it. No, it never.
Yes.
Shelved it. Yeah.
Like they were the gears were moving on her Star Wars project, and then all of a sudden EA was like, never mind, we don't want it, and just shut it down.
Well, they shut down Visceral, right? That's when Visceral got shut down, correct?
Yeah.
Or was it before?
No, it was before that, and then it was kind of like a 1-2. Like they stopped her project and then shut down Visceral. But yeah, that was a huge mistake. JJ, I don't know if you know who she is, but she, for her most recent stuff, she wrote most of the Uncharted games.
Back up the truck. Look, I will help you put it in reverse. Get her. Whatever you got to do.
That was her.
Come on, it's Uncharted
really
games.
Consultant on the Last of Us too.
Yeah, she was been involved with incredible games in the past, and then she was working on a Star Wars game for EA and for Visceral, and they shut it down. It's like, oh, you idiots! Like that was going to be gold. There's no way it couldn't have been gold. Visceral was an amazing studio. That's the studio that made Dead Space, and then teaming up with Amy Hennig. For some reason I was going to say Sarah. Amy Hennig, and then. Yeah, it just was the perfect formula. The only answer to that was success, and they're like, nah, we're good. Cut, done, shut down the studio.
Stopped doing that right before third-person action games came back up into popularity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something. It's really something they did there, huh? They really messed that one up.
You gotta fix this, Disney. You gotta fix this. Call her. That should have been the first. As the day that deal goes up, I would be on the phone with her. The 100%. Day that deal goes up,
100%. So that's something's on the horizon there. I'm excited. I think it'll be a fun game. I hope it's a fun game. I guess because with Quantic Dreams it could go either way. But Disney's smart, and they really are they have a tight grasp on their IP. So I can't imagine them letting them get too crazy with like writing and story and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they'll keep a tight leash on.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. The next story here from GameSpot, written by Otto Kratky. Wolfenstein dev Machine Games has another secret project in the works. Machine Games, the developer behind the Wolfenstein reboot and an upcoming untitled Indiana Jones game, apparently has a bit more up its sleeve. As spotted by Opatak, Machine Games is joining Insomniac's club of studios that can develop 2 major titles at a time, with an employee's LinkedIn profile showing that the studio has another unannounced game in development. The LinkedIn profile belongs to Machine Games' senior game designer, Timu Kivikangas. It shows that along with working on the Indiana Jones title, Kivikangas, I hope I'm saying that right, is also the lead game designer for an unannounced project. Of course, it's impossible to say what the upcoming title could be, but players should expect something matching the quality of Machine Games' previous titles. And then it goes on to say that in 2018, Pete Hines had said that the BJ Blazkowicz story isn't done yet. Absolutely, we're making a Wolfenstein 3, said Hines at the time. So here's my question to you guys. Do you think this would be a Wolfenstein 3 that they're working on? Or is this a spin-off? Or is this a new IP maybe from them? Like, why is it so hush-hush?
It makes the most sense for it to be Wolfenstein 3. You don't want to wait too long in between. Because Wolfenstein, while they are both great games, it's not the world's biggest IP. So you don't want to let it get too far out of the general consciousness. Right. So while they might be, because I think Wolfenstein 2 was what, 2-3 years ago at this point, right?
Maybe 2. Right?
I want to say, yeah, but
Wolfenstein 2. Oh no, 2017.
okay,
So
yeah, it's
in
about almost 5 years.
2019 we had Wolfenstein Youngblood and Cyberpilot, but 2017 was Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Yeah. So it's been a while. Holy cow.
Yeah. So you don't want to go. That's already almost 5 years. So you don't want to go too long without Wolfenstein. The zeitgeist. That's the word I was looking for. You don't want it to slip too far out the zeitgeist. So I would say the most logical guess for that would be Wolfenstein, but it could be something else.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of been their bread and butter is Wolfenstein and Quake, basically. Like 2016, they had a Quake. 2021, they just put out a Quake this year. And so it's obviously not going to be another Quake if they put one out this year. So it feels like it has to be Wolfenstein 3. Like that's what I feel like. It is just interesting that they wouldn't, I don't know. I mean, if they're not ready, they're not going to announce it, but it's just interesting that, yeah, there hasn't been any sort of like tease though. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's been 5 years. Like that's a good cycle time to at least start teasing it and be like, something might be in the works for Wolfenstein 3. Like they actually really have been pretty hush hush. So
something.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe that's something that we'll see at the Game Awards this year. They always do a bunch of new teasers and stuff like that. So
maybe they're the ones that are finally going to give us Halo Infinite because nobody else is going to. So
you said it, not me. Well, they'll at least give us the other half of it.
Well, we'll see, dude. Yeah, when on Discord this morning, I posted a screenshot from Game Pass, and it says coming soon, and it had a bunch of games, and then the last one on the list said Halo Infinite multiplayer December 8th, and I was like, cool, yeah, that's when they said it was going to come out, but why isn't there another little rectangle next to it that says Halo Infinite campaign December 8th? Seemed a little weird to me that they hadn't put that up. It's on the board. Kojima put it on the board because Nerd Dad Zetch thinks that no, it'll be coming out. It's coming. It's confirmed. It's coming. But I'm on the fence about it. Me and Adrian are both on the fence. Like, why wouldn't they have also why not put the thumbnail up then? Prove it. Show it. Right. Show us a thumbnail. If they're so hesitant to even put the thumbnail on Game Pass, that makes me wonder if that's getting delayed.
I told Zetch that earlier. I said they said at that event, that Xbox event that they had, that Halo Infinite was coming out December 8th. They didn't say the Halo Infinite multiplayer was coming out December 8th. When you say the title, that means, or that implies, that the entire title is supposed to be coming out on that date.
And that's what Zetch thinks too. That's what he said. He's like, no, I think both are coming out that day.
Then why list only the multiplayer?
Yeah, I think like if they were both coming out, it seems weird that they didn't also like I said, right next to it have the other thumbnail that says Halo campaign. Because
I can preload games right now on Game Pass that are coming out in November. So why can't I preload the Halo campaign right now?
Because it doesn't exist.
Exactly, because they're remaking it from the ground up.
Remaking it. Oh no, it'd be horrible.
I feel so good that I just stirred up the pot of your guys' like anger on this thing, because I'm like, I don't really have a skin in the game, but I love like just throwing something out there and then watching you guys kind of get all frenzied up about it. Like, that's good pot. Man, right there.
I care a lot about Halo. Means a lot to me. It's some of my dearest gaming memories are playing Halo with my friends and playing the campaign together. And I'm tired of mid-tier to low-tier Halos being made and people going, oh, it's okay. Except for when 5 finally happened. So I'm ready for good Halo. I'm ready for Halo to be back. And the multiplayer beta, which I finally got into, definitely feels really good. It feels like a return to form.
Yeah.
But that's only half the package. That's actually only a third of the package because there's no campaign and there's no forge. So we'll see.
We'll see. December 8th is coming up. And then we'll know for sure.
343. Faster than you think.
Yeah, right. All right. This next news story is about the Nintendo Direct. that happened, was it Thursday? We got a 40-minute stream from Nintendo showing off some stuff. So that's probably a little bit of a kind of showing my hand a little bit how I felt about it. I'm not going to say there wasn't good stuff. There was some good stuff shown there. But
I was going to say, come on, man.
Nah, I wasn't over the top
Weren't you
stoked about everything. But the first thing in this article, and honestly, it says it actually got leaked before, like that morning of at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, it got leaked. So I was already stoked about it. And then when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm in. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
It looks
It's one of the new games announced at the Nintendo Direct. It's taking Kirby into a new genre. Traditionally a 2D hero, Kirby will be able to explore a post-apocalyptic world in 3D. He'll still devour enemies and possess their powers just in a more three-dimensional space. It's literally Mario Odyssey, but with
Mario.
Kirby.
Yep.
It's Mario Odyssey and Kirby. It looks beautiful. It looks so much fun. Oh my gosh.
I'm all about it.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
I thought it looked a lot of fun. I know my son loved it when he saw that. And it does. It looks just like a Mario game. Like, which is great.
If they broke.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's gorgeous. And it's coming spring 2022. So we don't have to wait long and we'll be able to play it. So I'm stoked about that. This next one, Nintendo Switch Online plus Expansion Pass adds new content, including Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games. So if you have the current Nintendo Switch Online service, they're coming out with an expansion pass. So it's going to add a fee on top of it. So what is it normally, like $10 a month right now or something?
Two
or $20 a year.
It's $20 a year.
So you're right. Okay. Yeah. So 20. So it's gonna up the price of the subscription. It'll be a little add-on, almost like Amazon Prime, like channels or something when you for Prime Video and stuff like that. And it'll give you access to Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games.
Did not see that coming at all.
Did not see it coming.
When that happened.
Now, in that story last week now about the controller, it makes so much more sense because originally in the article it said they have to wait 6 months to reveal it, but then literally 2 days before the direct, they updated it to say actually you only have to wait 6 days, and because 6 days
with Sega giving the final okays on everything.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's so that's the other thing that got announced is not only are you going to have access to playing N64 and Sega Genesis games, but if you have the subscription, you can also buy wireless N64 and Sega Genesis controllers for your Switch.
You better believe I'm buying that Genesis controller. You better believe it.
Which those are really killer selling points because do keep in mind as far as like the Sega Genesis collection that they have on Switch already. I think it's $20 and you get a lot of those games. Most of the games that are on that list. There's a couple that aren't on that list that are on the new list for this updated thing. I just wish it wasn't behind another paywall. Kind of wish there wasn't like another fee you had to add on. Because when I first initially heard it, I got really excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that kind of sucks. But I mean,
it's already though.
That's true. It is.
That's how I feel. A lot of people are like crying about it, but it's like it's so cheap. Who cares? Like it's.
But I mean, you could also say that Game Pass is technically a paywall because regular Xbox Live is $10 and Game Pass is $15. Nobody cries about Game Pass. So what's the difference here? It's more games that are behind a paywall than you would normally get without it.
Instead of $20 a year, you might pay $30 a year.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel. I mean, we don't know.
Is that all it's going to be added up? It's not going to. It's not going to go up. They haven't given the price.
They have not revealed any pricing yet. No pricing. But the current list of games that have revealed so far, and obviously this is just starting out. I assume it's going to be similar to the Super Nintendo and Nintendo, where every couple months they add a new one, I hope. But right now for N64, they have Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Win Back, Covert Operations, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, Sin and Punishment. And then for Sega Genesis, they have Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Dolphin, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Musha, I don't know that one. Phantasy Star 4, Ristar, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic 2, Streets of Rage.
What a lineup!
It's
My
huge.
God,
They're missing Altered Beast. They're missing Altered Beast on the Genesis
That's
side.
okay.
That's fine.
They can still add more to it. Altered Beast will be there. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a killer lineup. That's a killer lineup. Now, my question is, do you think there's going to be any sort of improvements, or will it just be straight emulation? Like, are we going to get like frame rate things bumped up, resolution stuff bumped up, or you think it's going to be like, nope, it's just going to play how it plays?
Time to do that. However, I know everybody loves to pull N64 emulation is incredibly difficult to pull off. And my counter argument is that Nintendo they made it.
Yeah, I mean, if they made it, they should know how to do it and how it works.
Emulate it. Like, they have the deep, dark, secret documents that nobody else has, so they know how to break that code down if they wanted to. It would be nice if they would bump up the N64 games to 60 frames a second, but I feel like a lot of them would end up feeling really weird because they weren't developed with 60 frames in mind.
Right.
I don't know. That's just me.
You might just straight up break games and stuff like that.
Right. Like seeing Ocarina of Time in 60 frames a second, I don't know. It might be a little, it might end up feeling a little janky. That's just me.
But yeah, I'm stoked. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm most excited about is right there. Like, that was so awesome when I heard that. Like, you got to be, because and I've talked about it before on the show. That's an era of gaming that I missed out on. Like N64, I had a PS1 at that time. Like, I was a PlayStation boy. We had the Super Nintendo from before times, but N64 I missed out on. There's so many great games, and like I've already played through Ocarina of Time because I played on GameCube. But man, I'm excited to play Ocarina of Time again. I hope they add Majora's Mask. I hope they add like. They didn't have Donkey Kong 64. They're missing that. Like, I hope they add that.
You didn't get to the best part. What's the games that are coming soon?
Oh, it's not on this article. That's not on the list. What do you have it there in front of you?
Oh, I don't have it in front of me, but I know it was Majora's Mask, Mario Golf, Paper Mario, and Banjo-Kazooie is coming. Oh, you didn't hear about that part, did you?
Oh, I didn't hear about that part. Okay.
Yeah, you know what that does? That opens that rare door.
Heck yeah.
Because if Banjo-Kazooie comes, that means that Conker might show up. Well, I don't know. Conker's a tough one. Unless you put it behind the age gate.
Yeah.
Which you could. You could put it behind. Because if parents are smart and have their parental controls enabled, then you can put Conker on there and just let it be there as a mature rated game.
Yeah, totally.
Perfect Dark, you could bring over DK64. The only rub would be GoldenEye because of the estate that holds the rights to James Bond, and I think MGM is tied up in there somehow.
All I want to know is, are we gonna get the Superman 64 on there?
I hope not.
That's one of Garrett's favorite games.
Jay, do you actually want that game? Is that
God, no. So I actually missed out on the entire Nintendo 64 lifespan when it happened.
Lucky you.
I was a grown man, so I wasn't like playing video games at that time, and so I missed out on PS3, missed out on Xbox 360, and on 64. So 64, I had just started working and was, I don't play video games anymore. And I just remember there being like a lot of like wrestling games on the system that looked horrible. But I know like a lot of people love it. Yeah, but like a lot of people
trash talking No Mercy right now.
No Mercy's good. It's the WCW games that looked like garbage.
Oh yeah,
they looked like trash, like complete trash. But I missed, other than like just watching somebody play a little bit of 64, completely skipped over that generation. So a lot of the games that were mentioned on that list, that's a killer list. Those are all games that I've watched people stream. I've watched on YouTube, and man, I've never had the opportunity to play Nintendo 64 games. So things like Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, like I can't wait. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Both you guys haven't. Wow, that's incredible. So you guys get to experience these for the first time.
For the first time.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Jealous, huh?
I am. Honestly, I really am, because there are some classic on 64 that a lot of people. Oh, could you imagine if they add the first Smash Brothers? Man, that would take me right back.
Oh man, that would be so bizarre to play. Like, because I've only played. I mean, I played Melee on GameCube, and then I've played Ultimate. Those are the only two I've played. So I've really played the best two. You know, from what I've heard.
Right.
So like most people love Melee, and then Ultimate just has so many characters. But man, to play the original, I feel like it'd be so different, so crazy. Like there's way less characters, right? There's only like how many characters?
There's 12.
12. That's what I was gonna say, like 10 or 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
There's 12 in the first one, and there's I want to say less than 20 stages, but it didn't matter. You know, that's what we had, and it was so. Yeah, it's another one of those you had to be there moments. I don't know if you guys ever saw that commercial on TV where it was all the Nintendo costumes, and they were skipping in that field. It was a Mario costume, a Donkey Kong costume, and a Pikachu one. And it seemed like they were all hunky-dory, and then out of nowhere, they just start beating on each other senseless, right? And then it cuts to footage of the game. And I remember me and every kid that was my age at the time just being slack-jawed, like, what are they doing? Why are they beating each other up? And then it cuts to the game, and you're like, no way, I have to play this. So, good times. Good times. And now here we are 20 plus years later, and now we got an 80-something character roster, hundreds of stages. Man,
it's insane. It's so cool. Let's see. The next big thing, according to this article that was announced, is the Mario movie's coming out holiday 2022.
We don't have to talk about Miyamoto crashing the direct, causing utter chaos, and then just leaving.
Yeah, Miyamoto shows up, drops a bomb, and it's peace.
He's like, I'm out. Have fun.
Have fun with this one, Twitter.
And now I know why I got confused earlier before the show, and I thought you said that Hideo Kojima was the one that brought the. I see what I did there.
Miyamoto.
I did the patented racist thing. I was just hearing a Japanese name and immediately going, you talking about Hideo Kojima, the guy you were always like going on and on about? The one who you said you want to marry? Yeah. That's awkward. But see, I called myself on it. Nobody had to know. I'm being honest with you guys.
Yeah. We appreciate it. We appreciate your honesty. So according to this article, they announced that it's coming out December 21st, and it includes a stacked voice cast. So Polygon's stoked about the casting. They're stoked about this. So just real quick, we don't want to, you know what? We'll let you guys fight about it. I'm just going to read it off. We'll move on to the next one. How about that? Because I know we all know how we feel. We all know how the internet feels.
I don't know if I can contain myself. Past the first one, I'm fine. I think
just for a second, like for 5 seconds, plug your ears while I read. Okay, ready? Okay. Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Okay.
Did you tell me to plug my ears? Jeez, dude. What the hell? You tell him to do it? You're a jerk, man. Chris freaking Pratt?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, he just said Chris Pratt.
Chris no, you're not supposed to tell him. You're not supposed to say it to him.
Well, you ruined things for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the deal
you're
with that.
A jerk, dude.
Now, I will say, I love Chris Pratt and a lot of the things he does, but
oh boy, here we
but
go.
Also,
I love fat Chris Pratt. He's getting.
I'm not on board with like how he's in everything. He's like oversaturated Chris Pratt right now. I feel like he's just in everything, doing all these action movies, doing all sorts of stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Like you said, JJ, I miss fat Chris Pratt. Bring us back Parks and Rec Chris Pratt. That's who I want. Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Peach. And by the way, he's voice acting because it's animated.
I mean,
as far as we know,
she would pull off a good live action one too, though.
I mean, when they showed the picture, I'm like, well, she looks like Peach. Yeah. Charlie Day as Luigi. I don't know.
Mario, listen to me. You gotta listen to me, Mario. I gotta tell you. It's the ghost in the vacuum.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. That's kind of interesting. Jack Black as Bowser. Can you?
That's actually.
I like that.
I like that one.
That's good casting.
I like that one. I really like
okay,
that
but you know
one.
what? Couldn't Jack Black have been a great Mario with just a big mustache and stuff? He'd have been perfect.
If they were actually doing it, like if they were doing it with people, that would have been a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's gonna kill it. I think he's probably gonna be like how Jim Carrey was as Robotnik in the movie.
I can see that for sure.
Keegan Michael Key's playing Toad, and Seth Rogen. And Seth Rogen will even appear as Donkey Kong.
Like a stone Donkey Kong.
That's all I think of is this Donkey Kong just blitz the whole time with like bloodshot eyes in the background, just kind of chilling.
What's like coconuts, man?
Charles Martinet is also going to appear in a movie in various cameos. And if you don't know who that is, that's the actual original voice actor for Mario. He's in the movie.
He appears as disrespected voice actor number 1. That's what he appears as.
Oh my gosh. I was like, you got to be kidding me. They have the actual voice of Mario in there. Why not just have him do Mario? It's fine. It's fine. I do have a note here on the show notes, because if you support us over at patreon.com/supergamerboys, you can get the show notes early and leave your own comments that we read on the show. And Super Joma writes, I forgot to read this part. 3D Kirby seems really cool, but the reason that spurred my brain cells here is because he does say that I'm excited for the Mario movie. I think that it will be good. He thinks that the cast is very spot on besides Chris Pratt, but I still think he'll do a good job. So if he feels like it was a little off, but he has faith in Chris Pratt.
I don't.
Okay, so you know what? Let me just back up for just a second. I want to just comment on what Super Joma said. Honestly, he can do a good job. I know I kind of crapped on it along with Adrian a moment ago, but I remember saying the same stuff about Ryan Reynolds with Detective Pikachu. Not a Pokemon guy, not a Pokemon fan, and I absolutely love that movie, and I thought that dude killed it in that role. And if anybody could do it, I think that Pratt is a good actor. But like you were saying, it's just a lot of Pratt. He's just oversaturated in everything. By the time the movie actually comes out, it's going to be a few years from now, right? I mean, it's not going to be...
It's next Christmas.
It's 2022 Christmas next year.
Yeah. Hey, remember when Xbox said like, hey, we're going to have Halo Infinite available with the launch of our new You know what? Yeah. And that's been a year ago. So sometimes they're not really right when they say that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay?
Movies hardly get delayed though.
Yeah. Movies are usually pretty
get delayed.
Unless there's a pandemic, that's pretty much the only
time.
Or
if the main character is so bad, they have to go back.
They have to go redraw it.
Right. Bayonetta 3 got a re-reveal trailer. I was not expecting that one. I was like, it's been how many years since we've heard anything about Bayonetta 3? It's crazy.
See, my theory about that game, and I think I've said it here before, when they initially showed that trailer for Bayonetta 3, Platinum Games did not know that they were going to be making Bayonetta 3 and found out that day that A, Nintendo was thinking about making a Bayonetta 3, and B, they were going to be making it. It's just like how they did Tetsuya Nomura when they were doing the Final Fantasy VII remake. He said he had no idea that he was supposed to be directing that, or that they didn't even ask him yet. And they put his name on the projection slide because they were like, oh, he'll do it. It's fine. Because they kind of basically publicly like bullied him into doing it. And he's like, well, I mean, I would have did it if you asked anyway, but still.
Jeez.
But yeah, that's why it took so long, because they had nothing to show. Yeah. They had just started production when
that's the only explanation.
Came. That's the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, why would they sit on that game for that long? It's because they didn't start making it. They just got done with it.
They didn't know. they had no idea. Yeah, so I'm not really huge into Bayonetta. I've never played any of them, but are you excited for it?
Yeah, I dig them. Okay. You definitely cannot play them in front of your kids. So that's an office game. An
office game. It's a game I play down here in the studio.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But
away
they're
from the
really
wife
good.
and kids. Oh man. Okay.
No, but one is really good, and 2 is even better than that one. So I'm expecting big things from this one. It's a really good.
Okay.
If you like Devil May Cry, you'll like these.
Cool. Interesting. Splatoon 3 got another trailer showed off. I'm not really on the Splatoon train. I know Adrian loves Splatoon.
Oh, you kidding?
What? Okay, how do you say this word? Mammalians? Is that it?
Yeah, mammalians.
Okay. That's a thing. That's a thing.
No, they're new. They're new to 3.
It says it sees the return of mammalians as if.
Well, because they were thought to be extinct. Okay. Mammals don't technically exist in the world of Splatoon, except for 2 cats, which are the ones that every time you finish a game, they're the ones that say who wins and who loses. They hold a little flag.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen them in WarioWare.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've seen them in that little mini game on WarioWare.
They show up at the end of
the orange
game,
one and the purple one.
And they're in different places around the town that you walk around as your squid kid. But no, this is a big deal because there have not. Apparently, the squid research team has found out that mammalians are coming back after being thought to be extinct. So
go ahead, JJ. Come on, say it. What are you thinking?
Okay. All I was gonna say was you started. All I was gonna say was you were starting to talk about, and I've never seen Garrett look more disinterested in my entire life. So that's all. When you talked about
the cats, the cats, I get it.
And the reason that Garrett told me to go is because Garrett could see that I was laughing at my own joke, and I thought, like, no, you don't need to share that.
You know what's the funniest part about this is Garrett can't edit this because there would not be any context for this entire bit. Sorry, Garrett. Sorry.
Yeah.
That big old E right next to it. That's how you're gonna have to do it.
It's fine. I guess we'll do that again. And everyone in the Discord's gonna be like, "Wait, why is this one explicit?" It's like, well, JJ says something that's not really bad, but it could be taken bad.
You just bleep it out.
All right, the next
goes away. You got to keep it.
So there's Splatoon 3 coming out. Apparently, people are excited about it or something.
I didn't have to see anything. I was gonna buy it regardless. It didn't really matter to me one way or the other.
I know that's how I feel like the Splatoon fan base is at this point. Like, if anyone who's in is already in, and they're already gonna get it. Like, I feel like there's like no one's turned off to Splatoon, and I mean, maybe there's still untouched people, untouched markets, but at this point,
to convert people to the Church of Splatoon, it's so hard. But once they're in, they're all the way in.
We can just run through these ones real quick at the end here, unless there's just a lot of stuff. And honestly, I mean, okay, Adrian, was there anything else though that you're excited about? That's what I want to hear. I just want to hear, what are you excited about? Because the rest of the stuff I care less about.
Yeah, let's see. Bayonetta 3 rules. The Kirby looks great. What else were we talking about?
There's Monster Hunter Rise is getting expansion. Chocobo
Monster
GP.
Hunter Rise expansion. That's right. Good old Sunbreak, baby.
Yeah.
With that incredibly intimidating dragon.
Yeah, that did look cool, except it's Monster Hunter, and I was like, oh, not that I don't like Monster Hunter, but I just like, that's just a whole like, that's a hole that you just got to like a rabbit hole that just like you can get so lost in that world. I'm like, I'd love to play this. I'd love to play that DLC, but I'd have to play a whole game before it.
Hundreds of hours in a Monster Hunter.
Exactly.
And still not be done.
Don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
A lot of people ask Japan.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people do. Chocobo GP is Final Fantasy's new kart racer. So you can race around as your favorite Final Fantasy characters and cast your favorite magical spells like Fira.
I was, you know what? I was saying this looks pretty lame, but
it looks
like a dumb little fun game. And if it turns out to be good, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a fair shake.
Yeah. So I was actually watching the direct in the Discord. I was streaming it to one of the voice channels in there, and Kajoma was in there watching it with me. And he was like, wait a second. There's like 2 or 3 of the tracks. He's like, pretty sure that's like a Mario Kart track that they just reskinned. Like one of them looked exactly like, I forget what track it was in
There's
Mario
no
Kart, but
way.
like it looked exactly like it, just like with a reskin. And I was like, and he pointed out to me a couple times that there's a couple clips. I'm like, yeah, that totally looks like one of the like Mario Kart track, which
But
is
I
a
will
different
tell
like.
you that a lot of the stages are from different Final Fantasy games, and a few of them are from Final Fantasy 9. Nobody would know that unless you were a dork, but this is the most exposure Final Fantasy 9 has gotten in a long time outside of that remake or not supposed remake and the animated series. So finally it's getting the love it deserves. Now can we get some for 8? Please.
In the kart racer? Yeah. Well,
I'm down. Put Leon in
that.
there.
That'll
Put
be DLC for you. I don't know. It just seems like such a crazy like idea. Like, hey, this Final Fantasy, well, now you can race. Now you can race.
I'm honestly surprised that they did not put Cloud in there. That was I was definitely expecting him to show up.
Like a chibi version of Cloud or something.
Mm-hmm.
All I care about, because I will never play this game, all I care about is they don't do the big bobblehead thing that they did with the Star Wars, because I hated that. It just looked stupid.
That one was so good.
Mm-mm.
The big-headed Star Wars on PlayStation 1.
I don't agree. I do not agree.
I love that. That was so much fun. I love that game. What was it called?
Seen JJ be more serious about not liking something.
I know.
I don't. No, it's because it's embarrassing.
He was legitimately offended. Legitimately offended by it.
You got offended by that. All the other things I've said tonight, and you got offended by that.
No, I'm saying you were offended by the serious as you're acting. I'm saying you were offended by that game. Like obviously something in that game like very seriously offended you for you to be so dead seriously set against it.
Like, how can we come to JJ's house and figuratively kick his cat in a game? How can we do it?
Put big heads in it. Put big heads.
Put big heads
head
on. I'm out.
That used to be like a cheat code in every like PS1 game was big head mode. Like
really?
Oh man. Castlevania Advanced Collection is out today. It comes with Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and the SNES classic Castlevania Dracula X. So they are now all available on Nintendo Switch for your playing.
For that price.
Yeah.
Also,
do you know how much it is?
$20.
Oh, that's not bad at all for
at
5
all.
games.
And also, right now, all of the Konami collections are only $5. So Castlevania, Contra, I can't remember which third one, but they're all normally like $20 each, but they're all on sale for $5. Don't sleep on this because those never hardly go on sale. Pick them up.
You could buy them individually right now. Then all of them individually for like $5 a piece. See,
no. So it's a Castlevania collection, it's a Contra collection, and it's a third series that I cannot remember the name of, but I know I played the game before, but it's escaping me. But like, so Castlevania has like 1, 2, and 3, and I think Contra has 1, 2, and 3 in there, and the third one has oh my god, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I cannot remember, but it has multiples of that, and each set is only $5 when each set would have normally been 20. So that's a huge discount. So basically, you're getting all of them for less than the price of one.
The third one is called Arcade Classics.
Right. So it's just,
and it has Haunted Castle, Typhoon, Nemesis, Vulcan Venture, Twin Bee, Scramble, Thundercross, and Life Force.
Yeah. So all 3 of those sets are on sale for $5. It's a crazy deal.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. The next thing was ActRaiser Renaissance is a remake of a classic, also out today. I don't know what actor. Everyone seemed to. There's quite a few people on Twitter like ActRaiser. Oh my gosh! And I was like, I don't know what this is. But
it turns out that it's not that great actually, which is unfortunate because ActRaiser. So it's like it's a side-scrolling kind of beat 'em up type deal. But at the same time, it's a Sim City simulator kind of beat where it mixes between the two, and it does it really, really well. I know it sounds like a weird concept, but it's especially for that time period to balance it that seamlessly, and then to have as god tier music as it does. The soundtrack to that game is phenomenal.
I just saw somebody streaming ActRaiser. And they were complaining because they took 2 hours to beat one of the bosses. So they were like big thumbs down.
What?
Yeah.
They must just be garbage, honestly. That's the only thing I can think of.
I won't tell you who the streamer was.
It was me. It was me. No. I said I'd never heard of it, but that's because I wanted to forget about the fact that I was bad at the game. The last two announcements was basically in the Nintendo Direct. They announced two more Directs. So they announced
the announcements.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so it just says airing in October, no date, but in October we're gonna get an Animal Crossing Direct announcing some new stuff coming to Animal Crossing, and then on October 5th we're getting a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct revealing the final player, the final expansion player. So
the last one. Sakurai is retiring after this. I'm calling it right now. Well, he's not retiring. He's retiring from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, he's gonna take that folder and finally drag it over to the recycle bin and just like, I'm done. I did it. I'm done with it.
Leave alone forever, Nintendo, unless it's anything about Kirby.
Unless it's a Kirby. So yeah, that was it. Nintendo Direct. Overall, I'd give it like
solid B.
Yeah, I guess I could give it a B because I was pretty stoked about both Kirby and N64 and Genesis stuff. So those are pretty major out of left field things that totally caught me off guard. So yeah, not a bad Direct. Not the best, but not bad. Cool. That's it. That's all I got for the news this week. I know it wasn't as streamlined and efficient and quick as Adrian was last week. He did a whole show in like an hour, but he also
he chopped it up, dude. He chopped it up. He edited on the fly while we were doing the show. I've never seen anything like it.
That's how
amazing.
My workflow impeccable.
Now it is time for Adrian's Super Indie Boys, unless he doesn't have one.
Here we go. Here we go. You want to talk about Streamline? You want to talk about Compact? So, I got 3. First one is called The Artful Escape. This is I'm trying to put it in a genre box. It's really hard because it does so many different things. It's part like music game, it's part story based kind of deal. So basically, you play as the nephew of a famous folk musician, which is basically like a stand-in for Bob Dylan, right? So you're basically Bob Dylan's nephew. And you are also a musician, and you're going back to his hometown because they have a festival that celebrates his biggest album coming out. And you believe that you're a folk singer and you're walking in his footsteps, and your first big gig is in that town, and you're getting ready for it. But then you start to have like little epiphanies every so often. They're like, man, this isn't really who you are. You know, you're just doing this because it's what you think you're supposed to do. And after a while, I'm not going to spoil how it happens because it is honestly really moving in a sense, the way that he comes into a discovery of that he doesn't have to be what everybody wants him to be or what he thinks he should be because of his uncle. But the way that it's done is really, really, I don't know. It's just it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad he's able to find this about himself. And the music is really, really good. You kind of play it yourself. There's a button that you hold, and it's just like it says press X to shred, and you can just kill it for as long as you want while you walk around. The art style is phenomenal. A lot of the escapes that a lot of the backgrounds and sets that you go to, set pieces are really good. I would definitely it's on Game Pass, so it's a no-brainer there. That would definitely be my first go out and get it. And then finally, the second one would be for Sable, which is also another one that I've been waiting on. Garrett, you know this one because we saw it in the E3 Xbox presentation.
Yes.
It's
that one looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the one where you're part of a nomad tribe and you get your first, basically what is like the best way to equate it would be a sand speeder, and you're able to go out on your own pilgrimage and explore the lands and solve mysteries and go on adventures. It's gorgeous. It's one of the best looking games that have come out this year. I'm not gonna fight anybody on that. You can argue with a lamppost. I don't care. It is incredible looking. The writing is excellent in it. The music is really good. And so far, I'm having a blast with it. So that would definitely be another one of my pickups. And then finally, I'm going to go back a little ways because I don't think I've ever talked about it. If I have, it deserves to be talked about again. It started out with a few bumps in the road, but I feel like they've smoothed over and it's worth the play. It's a game called No Straight Roads. And you play as basically two characters who are starting a band together, and you are trying to bring back the spirit of rock to combat the EDM empire that has taken over your city. And you do that by going to all the different acts and all the different districts in the city and challenging them to battles. And when you win, that sector turns into like it's influenced by rock and roll instead of EDM. So you slowly get influenced and you gain a fan base and things like that. And the art style is really cool and the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's on Spotify and they've had a lot of like that's the strongest part of the game is the music for sure. The gameplay is definitely for their first outing, you can tell it's like their first game. It's a little rough around some edges, but it gets the job done. But the sets and the music is really where the strong suit is. So those are my recommendations for this week.
Nice.
A lot of music this week. So yeah,
a lot of music ones. That's awesome. Well, thank you very much, Adrian, for that Super Indie Boys segment. We appreciate it, and I love getting those recommendations and going and checking them out later. So good. And I did see Sable was on Game Pass, so I gotta go play that.
Yeah, I forgot Sable was on Game Pass too.
Game Pass. All right. Now it is time for our Patreon ad. This is a part of the show where I tell all of you guys to go to patreon.com/supergamerboys. If you love what we make, even just a little bit, please consider going over to patreon.com/supergamerboys, supporting us over there. Just $1 a month. You get the episodes early and ad-free. So of our main show, you'll get it. Tonight after I finish editing, it's going to be live. So within a couple hours, you'll be able to listen to it. Book club episodes, you'll get the back catalog, the Zetch Days Season 1, as well as the up-to-date episodes the day they air. So the first Friday of every month. Otherwise, if you listen to the free feed, so if you search on your podcast services for Super Gamer Book Club, you're going to get the one from 2 months ago. So this Friday, actually, you'll be getting the Narita Boy with Eddie. But if you're a Patreon supporter, you will be getting the Little Nightmares episode with Raider Rat. So consider supporting us over there. $5 a month. You get show notes. $10 a month. You're a sponsor. You get shout outs on the show. Patreon producer. You can become a patron and pitch us segments for the show. Be our boss. Tell us what to do. Just like Toby does. And who knows? Maybe there's another one out there. Just waiting.
It could be you.
Just like Adrian did. He came in and took the show over afterwards. So that could be you.
Yeah.
Pretty soon Garrett's got to go. We've already proven, Adrian, that he doesn't really need to be here. Just saying.
He's right there, JJ.
I thought the microphone was...
No.
Yep.
I was just joking. I was being funny.
Still can hear you. Also consider supporting us over here on Twitch. We're trying to do this streaming thing more and more often, and as much as we can. And I've been streaming through the Metal Gear Solid series, which, by the way, that's starting back up again this week. This Thursday, I'm going to finish Metal Gear Solid 1 this Thursday, because the reason it's taken a couple week hiatus is because my disc 2 was scratched to heck, wouldn't load. So we're back. I got a new disc after 2 or 3 tries on eBay. I finally got one that worked, and we're back in business. Thursday, we'll see ya. And you never know, JJ might stream another horror game again if he can figure out his dang microphone. But you can support us over here.
There's nothing. Yeah,
just gonna leave it. Just take it. Just take it. You can support us for free if you have Amazon Prime. That means you have Twitch Gaming or Twitch Prime. So go ahead, throw that out. It doesn't cost you anything. We get the money from that. It's fantastic. And remember, it's September right now. So if you do want to pay for a subscription, it's 20% off. So it's only like $3, something like that, $2-3. And Twitch takes a little less cut. We still get the full amount we get, and it helps our bar fill up. If you see in the bottom corner that we're trying to go for that September goal, get 50 new subscriptions this month. We're up to like 11 or 12, so we got a ways to go. But hey, we're streaming tonight, and we're going to be streaming Thursday before the end of the month. So get in there, throw us some subs. We'd really appreciate it. Twitch.tv/The Super Gamer Boys. And now, let's get back to the show. All right. Adrian, what you been playing?
I have been playing. I've been getting it's basically been a little bit of a refresher week. I've been catching up, running through Little Nightmares 1 and 2, getting ready for the book club, and I've been playing the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. So if you don't know, let's see, I believe it was maybe last week or a couple of weeks ago now, the video games a comedy show fellas had me on their Zelda book club to talk about the first DS game that has come out, was the Phantom Hourglass, and now they are asking me to come back on to close out the duology and do Spirit Tracks. So it's kind of been me going back and forth between Little Nightmares and that one to get myself kind of reacquainted with everything. And boy, Little Nightmares, man. What a little series, huh?
Those games are wild. I beat the second one like a week or so ago. I played through the first one at the beginning of the month, and dude, crazy. Not what I expected at all. Not what I expected at all.
No,
so if you want to hear more about it, support us on Patreon so you get that sooner than later, because I was blown away.
3.5, 4 hours, you're out of there.
Yeah, I love you. You know me. I don't have a lot of time for gaming, and I was like able to blow through those, and good stuff.
I picture you running around with your hands in the air like, I beat a game. Look, babe, look, I finished a game.
Yes, put it on the board.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. That's just what I picture.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Cool. JJ.
All right, so I've actually been playing some games too, seeing as how I'm an unemployed, jobless loser right now. So I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 this week and getting further into the story. And I'll tell you what, I know that Garrett and I talked about it the last time that I went through this game a couple of years ago. I was the worst of the worst. I got the worst ending possible. It was horrible because I was killing everybody like crazy. So I told myself this time around that I was going to try to be the ultimate good guy. It's not working out so much.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
No. So I am actually playing super good, and I'm like, getting a lot of honor and being nice to people. And I did run super fast to pay off a bounty the other day when I accidentally. Okay, so the homeless vet in the game, there's this homeless vet, shows up a few times. He's got one arm, and he's like, "Hey, mister," and he's like, "Can I have a hug?" And I'm like, I'm gonna give the guy a hug. And then I'm like, oh, I gave him a hug and it was like awkward and weird. And then I'm like, wait, I think he like mugs you if you give him the hug. And then I'm like, I think this guy mugged me. Yeah, so he pickpockets you. So then I'm like, he goes into a bar immediately afterwards, and I'm like, where'd he get the money to go to the bar? So then I go in, follow him. I walk, and then he goes, hey, watch out, man. Like he acts like he don't know me. And I'm like, man, I just hugged you outside, dude. So we got in a little bit of a shoving match. And then he finally left, and then I chased after him and then tackled him, beat the crap out of him. And then he apparently died. And then some people were watching, and then I was being investigated for murder. And of course I looted him while I was there. All I got was some stupid gin. Well, because I'm there already, and he's already laying there. And then I had to jump
for money because all you found was gin.
Right.
So whatever he robbed you for, it was for nothing.
Right. So I jumped on the horse, took off out of town, and then had to go pay that bounty. And then, of course, when I did that was right when my son walked in and saw me do it. And then I'm not even joking, not trying to be funny. Like it was like a movie moment where I like killed him and I'm like running away and I'm like, just getting on the horse. Right. And then like he walks in and I look over and he's just looking at me and he's like,
not a word. He just
not a word. And I'm like, I swear the pride that welled up in me because of how he performed that little stupid move was like, I was like, he's mine. He's totally mine. I'm so proud of him because he totally did. He did the guilt thing where he's like,
I thought you were better than this.
Oh, he knows I'm not. I was hoping you're better than this.
I was hoping you're better than this.
Right.
Oh no, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so that's all I played this week, but I played a good amount.
My buddy Derek's been talking to me about Red Dead. He's like, dude, you gotta give it another try. You gotta try. You gotta go for it. I'm like,
as much as I love it, man, I don't know why 2 seems so daunting to me. I guess it's just because it's so much bigger. I don't know.
Same. I mean, that's how I felt. I'm right there with you. Yeah. It's
the thing is, it's so immersive. It's so immersive, and there's so much to it.
That. It's when I hear people talking about, I played this game 100 hours and I'm still, only 3/4 of the way through it's like, oh God. And it's like, I guess you get stuff, which is weird coming from me because I'm RPG guy, but I don't know. Just 100 hours in an open world game, it just feels like a lot.
Scary. Commitment's scary. That's awesome. So we're playing a lot of Red Dead. Nice. I played some Halo Infinite with Adrian, and it was a lot of fun. And Kajoma was there too, I guess. But multiplayer is feeling so good. I'm really excited for just like the big final product to come out. Like I wish they would just like release multiplayer now. It feels good. They've got it buttoned up. Like just put it out, please. It's fantastic. I started up Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Because that was a game that I kind of rage quit because when I would die, it would take 2.5 minutes to load back in every time. And I died a lot in that game because it's hard. So I got it on Game Pass on PC, download that sucker. I put it on the easy setting this time because I was playing on normal before, and this time I'm like, I'm not going to take any chances. I have an SSD, so it loads quicker. Like I'm in the game in like seconds, and I put it on easy, so hopefully I just die less. And let me tell you, I think I just got to Kashyyyk, and I am loving it so much. I'm getting almost to the point where JJ had to hang it up because the game glitched out. There was a bug in it where he couldn't get to a final boss or something like that. So I think he was at the tail end of Kashyyyk and had to like delete his whole save and start over. And he was like, screw it.
And I didn't want to go back.
Yeah. But dude, that game, I was like, I knew it was good because I played a little bit of it and I loved the gameplay, but I just didn't get any story because I didn't get far. And now that I'm playing it and it's just like so smooth and quick and it looks gorgeous. And so on PC, I'm playing on my 1440p monitor. So it's better than 1080, not quite 4K, but it just looks gorgeous. 60 frames per second, quick loading times. Oh man, I have HDR on because I have an HDR monitor too. It's honestly one of the most gorgeous games, like the rain effects. The beginning of that game, the water dripping down the stormtrooper helmets and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. It's a beautiful game. The story is amazing. The gameplay. So I just wanted to like gush about this 3-year-old game because it is so good. I wish I could have played it sooner, but the hardware I had wasn't capable of doing it. Like it could not, unless I was
right there with you.
It was horrible. So I'm glad to finally be back in that one and really enjoying it. And then this last game I want to talk about real quick that I played, I think Adrian, I don't know if you've heard of this one or played this one. It's a very small indie developer. Let me look up who it's made by. Shoot, I should have. So the name of the game is Jenny LeClue Detective.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? You're playing Jenny LeClue?
I'm playing Jenny LeClue.
Tell me all about it, Bucko. I can't believe you. I was not expecting you to say Jenny LeClue.
Dude, I picked up Jenny LeClue because one of the other shows in our network, the Super Best Friends Video Game Sleepover podcast, I think one of them is friends with the developer. So like they talk about, yeah, so they talk about it all the time on their show and like how great it is. And anyways, it was on sale for like $4 or $5 this last week. I think it might even still be on sale. And I was like, okay, I got it. Like they're always tweeting about it. They're always talking about it on their show. I'm like, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, it's on Apple Arcade too.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. But let me tell you, it feels so good. I got it for like $5 on Switch. That game is so much fun. I'm loving it so much. So the premise is, I mean, I'll butcher it. So let me just like read what this says here. Jenny LeClue is a thrilling story of mystery, adventure, growing up. Set in a sleepy town of Arthurton, the game is filled with memorable, complex characters and rendered in a unique aesthetic. Embrace the choosiness and shape the meta narrative. You're not the only guiding hand shaping Jenny's destiny, but your choices will help her unravel the tangled mystery and become the detective she was born to be. So the idea is like the story is actually about an author writing a young adult book, but you are playing out the story that he's writing, Jenny LeClue, his young adult, like the character in his young adult, like mystery book. And so the author is writing the book and making decisions, but then there's different instances where you as the player controlling the character gets to make some decisions and change the outcome of things. And the mechanic of like the finding the clues and putting together like the different mysteries is so fun. Like it's very simple, but it's so satisfying to like find the clues around like the different areas. And then it's like, okay, now pick the 3 clues and try to piece this together. Like why is, X, Y, and Z. And I don't know. I don't want to like spoil a story, because even in this about the game, it kind of spoils like what the story's about. I'm like, no, I don't even want to talk about that. But it's really good. About Jenny LeClue solving mystery. I will say it's solving a murder, and it's just so neat. I don't know. I didn't think I would like it, and I didn't think it'd be anything I'd ever touch or play. And then finally I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to support my, friend here, and bought it for $5, and I highly recommend it. It's so good.
That makes me so happy to hear, man.
The art style, it's all hand drawn, and it looks like almost like a paper. That's what it reminds me. Almost not like a Paper Mario, but I don't know. Does that make sense? Am I making?
It looks, it kind of
one-dimensional.
Like Night in the Woods looks like that too.
Yes, yeah, like a Night in the Woods, something like that. So, so yeah, that's what I've been playing. Jenny LeClue, Detective Vu. It's on Apple Arcade, that was
left
Switch.
field, man. I was not expecting you to say that.
It's very good. Very good. So go check it out. Jack Goff, thank you so much for the follow. We're at the tail end of our show right now, so sorry about that. What is your top 3 favorite games of all time? You know what? I'll add that to our I'll add that to our show notes for next show, because we're recording our podcast right now, and maybe we'll answer it next week.
But you just gave the answer. He just gave the answer. What you're going to say.
Okay. Metal Gear 1, 2. No, that's okay. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. All right. Where was I in the show notes here? Oh, yeah. Thank you guys all so much for watching and listening. We appreciate everything you do. Remember, you can find us during the week at supergamerboys.com. Find us on all the podcast feeds, audio. Remember, Super Gamer Boys and Super Gamer Book Club available on podcast feed now. Patreon.com/supergamerboys. You can support us over there. It's just $1 a month, and you get episodes early and ad-free, as well as book club early. And hopefully, if we hit that $100 level, we'll have another show coming out, a 3rd show for you all to listen to. We're almost there. We're almost at that level. sgbstore.com, where you can buy some of our merch, get t-shirts, get stickers, get mugs. I got some fun stuff there. And we're also on Twitter and Instagram at supergamerboys, facebook.com/supergamerboys. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at gmorlang. Adrian, where can they find you at?
You can find me any and everywhere at Homeboy.
Awesome. And JJ, where do they find you at?
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at JJPurdom, Purdom. Please send me those DMs. Like them. To make me feel good about myself.
DMs, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got. JJ.
All right. So Just a little word to the wise, a little bit of advice, folks. Just this is life lesson stuff. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit in the wind. And if you hurt your right hand, it's extremely hard to wipe your ass with your left. Folks, for Garrett Morlang, Adrian, Homeboy Holmes, and for myself, JJ Purdom, we are the Super Gamer Boys.
And we will catch you
on the Floppity Flip. I got him again, JJ.
Frickin' I can't believe you. You guys are the worst. You guys are the frickin' worst.
Hey, but on a serious note, it really is hard to wipe your butt with your left hand. I don't know if
Okay. Bye, guys.
Oh, shit.